Today, we become legends.
Today's Titan Talk teased a couple of things coming in the next update, had discussions on tutorials, unleashed jungle camps, Slash, and more. So without further ado, let's jump into today's Titan Talk recap. First up, Isaiah said they'll probably go over all the healing changes for OB15 next Monday, so we'll probably get some details on the new items and potential healing overhaul coming then. There's also been a few hotfixes since the last show, which I'll put on screen right now if you want to give them a read. Scylla is now re-enabled for those who are missing her. A few other ones not on these notes that were fixed this morning and haven't been written up yet are Mercury infinitely spinning when he kills Wukong with a dash, Wukong not leashing tower aggro when he ults and taking all the damage on landing. They also fixed some break cases with Mercury 3 and Sobek 1 when hitting Wukong clones, which would stop them from moving. Also, the Vulcan mods not showing up in the split store layout has been fixed, and some VFX issues as well for the Emberlord skin. Kilgoon also spoiled that the combat dodge from quick play is going to be coming to regular modes in the next update, but as a relic option, not as an extra on top of your relic. He did of course say that the cooldown will be adjusted and potentially some other things about it, but he feels like it will be a great way for new players to ease out of quick play and into regular modes if they can keep their dodge for a bit while they learn the game. He said quick play has been doing phenomenally well at retaining new players, so they want to keep pushing in that direction and build off ramps for those players to start filtering into regular modes. It will probably also be useful to give more seasoned players a feel of how combat dodge plays and get some feedback, as most experienced players probably have never tried quick play or at best 1 or 2 matches. One caveat here though is that it will not be in ranked conquest, at least for now, only in casual modes. Kilgoon also addressed the slow earn rate on wandering market coins given all the new stuff releasing that requires them, and he said for the moment they've done a sort of band-aid fix by resetting everyone's boosted levels, essentially as if a new collection just released. So even if you are completely through your boosted levels from the last collection, you'll be back to earning at the boosted rate as of this patch. He did say that they are looking for a more long-term change to earn rate, but they felt like they needed to get something out quickly for this, especially with the new Saga skin coming out this patch, which requires a lot of wandering market coins to complete. They also mentioned that the boost should now be smaller but resetting every week instead of every 8 weeks, which is interesting. Someone asked for more enchanter support style items, and Kilgoon said the healing pass and new items there will probably have what you're looking for, so a little bit of a teaser there. Someone asked for all chat in game, and Kilgoon said it's technically possible, but he feels like the downsides in the realm of toxicity outweigh the potential benefits, so probably no all chat for the foreseeable future. There were a few questions on adding better tutorials to Smite 2, and Kilgoon said that most of the time they found that tutorials actually don't do much and can even drive players away from the game sometimes if they are overly long or in-depth. For example, Smite 1 used to have a long section on relics and item building that when they added it reduced player retention rate, so they removed it. Kilgoon personally feels like teaching the absolute basics and letting players learn the rest through playing or external sources is actually better for the game overall. Slash was mentioned again, and their response hasn't changed too much. They said they'd like to add it to the game but not anytime soon, as they feel like refining the mods they already have as they need work will bring more value to more players than adding the mods that aren't in yet, especially Slash given its low popularity. Someone asked why they release new gods and items directly into ranked but they are banning the combat dodge from ranked, and Kilgoon said it's mainly because they feel like combat dodge is a lot more experimental and less refined. Bugs and balance aside, new gods and items are sort of in their final form for the game and will be around long term, whereas combat dodge is a bit more experimental and they want to see how players like it. It's not necessarily staying around long term, and there could be design problems with it that are unforeseen, so they don't want to just release it and disrupt the ranked scene. Someone asked if they could make recall skins equipable on a per god basis, and Kilgoon said at some point they do want to do that, but they want to get an equip all feature in before doing that, as they've had a lot of feedback from players that it's very annoying to equip something across all their gods. So the new cosmetics they're adding, like ward skins or recall skins, are just going to be account wide for now until they can get equipped to all function in the game. Solo lane and warriors versus mages was brought up again, and Kilgoon says he and the team feel like the issue is how much safe farm is available on the map, so they want to try and adjust that before making any specific changes to either mages or warriors. This has been talked about before, but as someone who plays a lot of high level solo lane, this is exactly the problem. Warriors and their items aren't necessarily weak on the whole. Some are, but those are specific cases where buffs could be applied. On the whole, they're mostly fine and they generally will win a fight against a mage once they get some defense online, but when said mage can just insta clear the wave and be done with their back camps by the time you finish clearing your wave as the warrior, they just end up snowballing to a ridiculous degree solely based on the fact that they're not playing a tank. Plus, they scale better into the late game because 3k pots make tanks irrelevant beyond a certain point, so it just results in mages being better basically the entire game. There should be a point where warriors are better, and that's kind of the issue right now. Someone asked if they plan on bringing back seeing our teammates' god selections in the lobby, and Kilgoon said yes, they do plan to bring this alongside some other lobby improvements, and the reframing of gods in the lobby to be larger was the first step in doing that. There was a question of if they would add unleashed camps back to the game, and Kilgoon said it has pros and cons. It was a lot of fun and a lot of strategy came out of it, especially early game, but it did lead to the jungler having nothing to do until the second spawn of every camp because the whole jungle was cleared at level 1. It also led to new players having a really bad time if they happened to queue into a team that knew how to pull camps efficiently, but they didn't know how to. Someone pitched to have it turn on at 5 minutes instead of at game start, and Kilgoon said they could do that, but it's a design team call really, so he'll see how they feel about it. Someone asked what the next steps are for the game in terms of growing, and Kilgoon said generally they're always looking at gods and cosmetics as two things that absolutely have to be churned out at a good pace, and beyond that they are generally quite reactive and will work on areas of the game that they feel are the most important at any given moment. Right now that focus is on the new player experience with things like quick play and action cam, but in the future it could be conquest or new gameplay systems or whatever they feel needs their attention the most. And finally, there was a question on when the next ranked reset will be, and Isaiah said he believes there will be a soft reset with the next update, and that will be the launch of Split 3 for Season 0. Subject to change, but that is the current plan. But that's everything discussed on today's Titan Talk. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel before you leave so you don't miss all of my future recaps, and I'll catch you guys for another one later on. Have a great day, and peace out, you nerds.